Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to Frankie. This is a Cornely A machine which I have pieced and put back together, brought back from the grave. The machine body was given to me by my friend June, and I sourced an original Cornely face and put it back together with some aftermarket Mauzer parts on the bottom. So this is Frankie, and Frankie short for Frankenstein. And Frankie comes with aftermarket Mauzer rubber foot and aftermarket Mauzer claw foot that have been fitted to the machine. And I just want you to see that Frankie is making very nice stitches in spite of Frankie's traumatic past. So I'm gonna just give you a quick talk on what this machine's about, and then I will give you a quick stitch demonstration. Frankie is going to be for sale. And Frankie is kind of, I want to say, a mechanic special. It's not, pristine, not totally vintage or original, but Frankie would not be alive today if it were not for the spare parts that I was able to source. The original Cornely face has an original Cornely needle plate, aftermarket feet, and some aftermarket parts on the bottom. So let me flip Frankie over and I'll talk about what's on the bottom. Hang on. Okay, so here's the bottom of Frankie, and there is all original parts over here from here up, and the bottom shaft is original. What is not original is this handle here. This red part is a Mauzer aftermarket part. This wood thing is vintage, but I can't tell you what year. It did not come with the machine, but it is a wooden vintage handle. Okay, then over here on this side, Frankie has a Mauzer looper block holder. There's a Mauzer aftermarket looper inside this block, and there is a Mauzer aftermarket worm gear here. The holes on this block are slightly modified to scoot the block just a hair, approximately 1.5 millimeters, to get the holes in the Mauzer block to line up with the original holes in the Frankie casting. And it's attached with two original Cornely screws. So the only thing different here is the block, the looper, and the worm gear in this area, and original Cornely screws going into the original holes in the bed. There is also here, this is a Mauzer, see if I can get a little more light in here. This is an entire aftermarket Mauzer tension device. It's a silver pewter color. It has the Mauzer tension device, Mauzer tension spring, and it is attached with two Cornely screws that are going into the bed of the machine in the original holes. Nothing has been modified on the machine. It's all original. But there are two Cornely screws that are going into the bed, and that's holding it together. And then everything over here on this side, all of this is original to the machine, came with the machine. When I got the body of the machine, it was missing a faceplate. It was missing these three parts here, and it was missing the entire face. So hang on and I'll show you just a little bit more about what I put on this machine. And I can tell you that these parts are working fine. It's making perfect stitches, easy to control, smooth action. If this writing looks bad to you, it's because of my bad penmanship. Let me put Frankie back down into the table, and I want to show you inside and on the head of Frankie a little bit of information about what's going on there. Hang on. Okay, so I'm taking off the faceplate now that is held on with an original Cornely screw. I made this faceplate, and it is out of a piece of aluminum. It's a small oversight on my part that aluminum isn't necessarily magnetic, but I made this faceplate, and the reason the magnet is sticking there is because there's a magnet on the other side. So that's an aluminum faceplate, but it looks fine and it works the same. This is where I say if someone is a little handy, they can make another faceplate if they want. So in here, this is the inside of Frankie now. Frankie does not have stop motion here. Just the arm part is missing, but all of this is original, came attached to the machine. You can see it's working fine. This this rod was not in the machine. So this lower shaft here came with the head that I bought. I think these gears were in the machine, if I recall correctly. I'll have to post a photo of what the machine came like in the end of this video. I'll post some still shots of what this machine looked like. But it does have the Cornely emblem here. And you can see the emblem serial number on the body. It's not matching what's on the face. The face has been replaced. So there's no serial numbers here to match. But I just want to show everything so people can see what's going on with this machine. The paint and everything is actually in really good shape. The bed of the machine, I mean, it doesn't look great in this light, but it's actually got nice paint on it. So let's move on to the head. So over here on the head, you can see, I'm going to take the foot off. You can see that this part has been welded back together. It's still functioning. Let me move the foot out of the way. It's still functioning fine, but it has been repaired. So again, the parts that I have, they weren't taken off any working machine. They were put back together to give this machine new life and get it back to working. Okay? So you can see what's been modified on this. But everything else is working fine. I will post some still shots of this machine. You can see the manufacturer stamps. Let me take the machine out of the table and turn it around. Before I turn it around, let's look in here. Sorry, trying to get my light over here. This is the top shaft here. So you can see that's all original. And if we look over here, it's all working very nicely, but it's been put back together. So I just want whoever is interested in purchasing this machine to understand that. Now let me get Frankie out and turn Frankie around. We'll show you the back. Okay, so here's the back of Frankie. You can see he or she is very nice looking on the back. Has the little nubbins that on my table, you can use these cutouts in the table as a hinge and still tilt the machine back on the peg, excuse me. So this is the back of the machine. Uses the two springs. So that you can see where that part was welded, but it still works fine. Again, just want to be clear about this machine so that people understand that it's working, but it's a compilation of parts to make. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick stitch sample now, try to write the alphabet, and hopefully y'all are in focus. Just readjusting my foot on the pedal. This machine actually, you know, it sews really nicely. It turns 180s very well, in spite of the fact that it has, you know, a non-original face and Mauzer aftermarket parts on the bottom. It's really nice. My material is spinning a little, so I'm trying to keep my line straight with my text, but I see my material spinning. I'm gonna have to grab it. So you can see it's just really smooth, making the letters. If anybody's messing up, it's me. So I wanted to do these letters so you guys could see kind of how nicely the machine is controlling. I'm gonna see if I can flip this around and go back the other way. I'll zoom you in a little bit here. Okay, oh, I'm gonna pause you and focus. Okay, so hopefully you're back in focus now. I'm gonna go the other way where the MNO. I'm not the best at letters. MNOP. Wanted to kind of do letters so you could get like a real life demonstration of, you know, up and down and turning around quickly. You can see this machine is just flawless in spite of the operator ST. So like the points of the T, really nice, like very nice tight 180s. T, what's next? U, points of the U, the 180s, just really nice. V, W, X, Y. Enjoy letters. Letters, I didn't used to enjoy letters, but now I do. And Z. And there we go. So hopefully you can see like how beautiful this machine sews. Oh my gosh, I can barely read that. What is that? UVW. Let's take a look at the back. This is one layer of cutaway stabilizer. Here's the back. The back is perfect. There's no fraying, there's no cut threads, there's no missed threads. The back is absolutely perfect, as is the front. I was just going to say something now. I forgot what it was. Oh, this is sewing at 12 stitches per inch right now. I measured it because I wanted to be sure to give a realistic number so you guys could know what I'm sewing at. But honestly, I like this machine a lot, but it needs to go on and find another home. But hopefully you can see the stitch sample we just did, and you can get a good look at the back of it. Everything's just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful stitches. Okay, so that is my demo of Frankie. And I'll post this video with some stills. Thanks for watching.